Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I hope you are well. Today is our fourth installment in my So Many Looks using one palette. This was a requested palette by Andrea Megan. I will have Andrea's link down below so you can go check her out. And that is the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette. So this is what the Chocolate Bonbon palette looks like. It is an older palette and it has been discontinued. You can find it on reseller platforms. That's where I found mine. It's got some cool tones. There's some, mid-tones, but there really isn't anything warm-toned in this. It's just really cool and some mid-tones. I think this palette is pretty. I don't own a lot of Too Faced, so I don't have really a thought on any of them. I'm excited to be creating 3 looks using this palette. I am going to use every single shadow in this palette in those 3 looks, I'm hoping. So let's go into how I created this first look, and then I will have swatches.
First row we have Almond Truffle, Satin Sheets, Sprinkles, Molasses Chip, Malted. Second row is Cashew Chew, Cotton Candy, Cafe au Lait, Bordeaux, Mocha, Blackcurrant. Third row is Dark Truffle, Pecan Praline, Totally Fetch, Earl Grey, and Divinity.
So, yes.
To start off this look, we are taking the shade Divinity, a soft ivory matte, just to set the primer. Next is the shade Pecan Praline, which is a cool toned, almost gray shade, and we are working it into the transition and crease. Next is Almond Truffle, which is a beautiful mid-tone rosy brown matte. I am placing it into my crease and also into my outer V. Next is the shade Mocha, which is, I would say, a mid-tone darker chocolate brown, and I am taking a shader brush and just building it into my outer V about a quarter of the way across my lid. I'm now taking that beautiful Earl Grey shade, which is a darker teal shimmer, and I am working it into my outer V with a more of a detailed brush, trying to concentrate Earl Grey in just one area and to really build up that shadow. While Earl Grey is quite the beautiful shade, it is a booger to play with. I am placing molasses chip all over my lid and then taking the flat shader brush and building up mocha in between Earl Grey and molasses chip, so it's more prominent than what it was on its own. I then take a brush and tap in the shades Almond Truffle and Divinity to get a nice soft shade for my under eye. And then I dipped into Satin Sheets, which is a champagne shimmer, and put it in my inner corner. We are starting off look 2 with the shade Almond Truffle in our crease and transition. Next is Malted in our outer V and slightly in our crease. It is a really rich matte brown with brown micro glitters. Next is the shade Dark Truffle, which is a shimmery dark brown, and I pack it on my outer V as well as working the shade into my socket. Molasses chip on my lid. Malted and Almond Truffle on my under eye, with Satin Sheets on my inner corner to finish up look 2. So we started off with sprinkles all over the lid. I didn't realize it was a shimmer until it was on there. So then I just went in with Divinity to soften up all of that shimmery goodness. I then took Cashew Chew and put it into my transition. Followed by Mocha right into my socket and letting it blow out into my transition. I have taken Mocha and put it into my outer V as well as right into my socket, just giving my eye more definition. I took Totally Fetch on a shader brush and packed it on approximately 3/4 of my lid, followed up with Black Currant on my outer V and Cafe au Lait placed onto my inner lid. I then took the brush that had both Totally Fetch and Black Currant on it and just ran it on my lower lash line and then placed sprinkles in my inner corner to open up my eyes. Alright guys, this is my third look. Well, technically it's my fourth look. This is my third look for the video using my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette. This was a requested palette by Andrea Megan, and I just want to say I really enjoyed this palette. And why I enjoyed this palette is I liked that it was more of a neutral and cool toned palette. While I did have some issues with some of these shadows and their blendability, overall the majority of them were easy to work with and they made some very pretty looks. This one is a little more dominating than the other ones I created, and that is because I was using all of the eyeshadows that I had not used in previous looks. Now, I did say that this is technically my fourth look. What happened is I accidentally deleted it thinking I was all done, and then I did not like my video as I had edited it, but I forgot I had deleted it, so when I deleted my edited video, I was like, oh no. So this is the third look, technically fourth, and I'm okay that I had to do this because I had accidentally missed one shadow, and since I had to do this look to make up for the one I had deleted, I just added that one in, and I do believe it is this Cafe au Lait shadow right here. That is what is all over my inner portion of my lid. I think it is probably the prettiest shade in this palette, in my opinion. It just is this nice, cool toned, taupe kind of bronzy shade, a cool bronze that just adds to any look that I use it in. The eyeshadows I struggled with the most is Malted. What is this? Mocha, Earl Grey, Dark Truffle, and Almond Truffle.
Those ones I had the most difficult time blending out the shadows. While you didn't notice it as much with the Almond Truffle as you do with the others since they are darker, I still would get patchiness. I couldn't get them to blend out for the life of me, and which made it a struggle when it came to using them. But I found if I just took my time, I could get them to work. But if I was trying to rush a look, then those were not the shadows I should be using on that day, because they do have some blendability issues. But overall, I like all all four of the looks I created, I should say. If I haven't already, I will post a picture right here so you can see what that eyeshadow look was that I deleted the video of, because I truly did like it. It was a really soft, somewhat romantic look, and I really found it to be one of the favorite looks, one of my most favorite looks that I have done in a long time. That's it, guys. Please take good care, be safe, be smart, and I will see you on the next one.